first due all times.
All the time, first due.
Yeah. That's sad. The thing is, they need to upgrade about these apartment buildings. Is that they need to make these walls fire.
Welcome to the Firehouse, the show dedicated to the brave men and women who serve our community.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Firehouse on WRHU 88.7. I am your host, Chris Moses, and today, listen, peoples, this is a special show that we got today. Today, I got my boy Malechi over here. What's going on, man?
What's going on?
This is a junior from the Hempstead Fire Department. And I know we normally have, other people on, but I wanted to bring him on because I met him at the Uniondale 100th anniversary. And let me tell y'all, when I say buff, we talking buff right here. My boy Malechi is a buff, and I'm like, I gotta bring him on here and just hear his story and everything going on. So, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready to get this going? All right, so let's just talk about, so you're a junior in Hempstead, right?
Yeah.
What made you wanna do that? Like, what made you want to do that? First, before we even start that, tell them how old you are.
I'm 13, about to be 14.
13, about to be 14 up in here. That's right. All right. So tell them at the age of, when did you join the juniors? What age?
I was 12. I was 12.
You were 12 when you started. So what makes you want to join? Like, what makes you at 12 years old say, I want to do this. I want to go into the...
Because I wanted to be a firefighter,
Okay.
and I wanted to start being a firefighter early.
Okay.
So the earliest age the mayor made it was 12 years old and above. So I joined 12 years old.
Okay. So you just was like, this is what I want to do. So you started finding out. Now, did you find out? Because just so all of our listeners know, we have mom here. We have both grandmas. We got the whole world here with us right now. But was it mom, grandma? Like what? How did you find out about it? Did you know? Did a friend tell you?
The fire department told me.
Like what? Did they come to your house? Like what?
Nah, they told me that the juniors were starting.
Okay.
Because I'll be staying at the firehouse. I chill out ladder too.
Okay.
And they told me that the juniors is starting. So,
So we got to back up again, Malechi. You're chilling at the firehouse at 12. Well, who do you know there? Like, how are you there? Like, no.
I know a guy named Cody, Steve,
Okay.
Chief Carney.
Okay.
I know Nick. He works for Kentland.
Okay.
I know a lot of these guys. They support me in this Latitude company.
Okay, so you know a lot of them, and they were just like, saw that you're like buff, you want to do this, so you come hanging around, and then they're like, listen, 12 years old, you could join the juniors program, and you're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right? Let's do it. All right, so when you decide to do this, do you talk to your parents about this? Of course, you're only 12, bro. So
Yeah.
How does that work? How does that conversation go with your parents? Like, hey, I want to be a firefighter. This is what I'm going to do.
They were cautious. They didn't sometimes in this job, it's like scary.
Yep.
A lot of people think this job is scary because like a lot of these firefighters in reality get injured and they don't want that to happen to me. But I tell them it's okay. I like to do this job and I'll do this job properly.
Let me just tell you this right now. I'm like amazed right now, sitting across from you right now, and I've interviewed a lot of people, and you're probably one of the best at interviewing. Have you done this before?
Nah.
Well, you're doing amazing. Let me just let you know, you're doing amazing. All right, so you tell mom, you tell the family, this is what I want to do, and why Hempstead? Why not another? Because this Uniondale has one. What made Hempstead? Is that just because of where you live, or what?
It's because, it's where I live, and it's like a big department, and a lot of these members, like I've known since, like my mom known a guy from the department before I was even born.
Okay.
So, one time there was a fire alarm at my building.
Okay.
And the guy my mom knew, he was there, and he saw me, just gave me a hug, and then went back to work. But a lot of this times, thinking of me in this process is that what what made me want to do this? What had me what made me want to just start doing this out of the blue? You know, because
and what was it that just made you want to kind of just start doing this?
I saw a Franklin Square fire truck sitting in the car, saw a fire truck pass by. I was like, oh, I want to see what they do.
Okay.
So as little, I had a little small tablet. So I look up fire trucks, and I saw.
Look at the way, I could have never done that when I was a kid, but that's dope. But go ahead, keep going.
And I was looking at it; it looked cool. So I started looking, interested in it, and there was this one night, it was a Halloween party, Roosevelt headquarters, and these guys were rolling. They were rolling the calls, so. It looked scary, but it looked cool. So we go upstairs, Halloween party. There was these light bars in each room in case if a call happens, it goes off. Yeah. So while we were having those, it kept going off. So I've been seeing a lot of these Roosevelt fire trucks. It's fun. My grandma is a captain of emergency company.
Okay.
So
there's some ties right there. Got you. Keep going.
So she interests me into a fire department. She walked me into it. She made me start into it too.
Okay.
Chief Dawkins started showing me stuff when they had the junior program like 2018, 2019, and I was mad this one time that they were doing a ride along around town, 3-5.
Because that was gonna be one of my questions. Have you ever did a ride along? But keep going.
They were doing a ride along around town to see how it is, but I was mad because I wanted to stay at daycare. I've did a ride along before.
So you have done a ride along?
Yeah, I have. Okay. Yeah, I have. 2022, my first ever call in an officer seat.
Wow. Look at that.
And
so now is this Roosevelt? Is this?
This is Hempstead.
This is Hempstead.
This one is Hempstead.
Okay.
Hempstead Latitude. It's me, MC, ex-Chief Mike Charles.
Okay.
He, me and another guy from Latitude, we were sitting. Call comes on.
Okay.
It's in the downtown area. It's at a barber shop. So I come in, hop in the officer seat.
First of all, let's back up. How does that feel? That you get to actually now respond.
It's really it's really happy.
Okay.
It's actually happy to see me going because I as soon as them tones go off, because I always waited. As soon as them tones go off, I go to my gear, put them on, and if they turn on the truck while I'm putting on my coat, I just go in the truck, put on my coat.
Okay.
So we're on the way there. We're going to. There's a big intersection by Lincoln Park.
Okay.
And there was a lot of traffic. The Mike Charles said, I do the cue. No, he does the cue. I do the horn. Okay. So you know me, I like to do the horn a lot. We come to the intersection, piles of cars. Da, 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 da. It's wild. We go down. He starts screaming the cue. Traffic, the intersection where McDonald's is.
Yep.
A lot of cars. Blaring the horn, straight 20 seconds, and we get there. We get back. On the way, as soon as we get there, because I can't be on the field.
Yes.
I was just waiting.
Safety-wise.
Yeah, we get on scene. It was just an automatic alarm. But yeah, while we were heading back, I saw ABGS Middle School.
Okay.
And there was a sport named cricket, so they were playing it. And I go on the PA, says, "Go Hempstead." So we get there. While we were getting there, we get another call.
Oh, so you got back-to-backs.
Exactly.
You can't beat a back-to-back.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we respond to a CO meter, and it was right around the corner, so it made no sense to play the sirens.
Yeah.
So we just responded code 2. We just got there, a little CO.
What does code 2 mean?
You're responding, no sirens, only lights.
Look at you go. Okay. A little trivia there. You got it. You know it.
So yeah, I hop off the officer seat. I stand on the side, and one of the members say, "How did you get here?" I said, "My mom," because I didn't want to get him in trouble.
Okay.
So Sunset, go home, nice night, play on the game, because I have my own game I make on Roblox.
Okay.
And,
So tell me, I know you got some firefighter stuff on Roblox.
Yeah, it's a server called Mackin County.
Okay.
And, I transferred it to a game named Roosevelt, New York. So, because, now
I love this. I'm just tell you,
I'm an explorer for Hose 1, Roosevelt. And,
So wait, back up. So you're a junior
in Hempstead,
and then
explorer in Roosevelt. But for a company.
Okay. So keep going.
So I make
Jobtown Graphics is your go-to for custom prints, t-shirts, patches, stickers, and more, turning your creative ideas into reality. Owned and operated by a firefighter, they bring dedication and precision to every project. Whatever you can imagine, they can produce. Visit them at Jobtown Graphics on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Drop a comment if you go on Instagram and tell them that WRHU 88.7 The Firehouse sent you.
I only made like 3 fire trucks from Roosevelt, which is truck 734. Is a Quint for 733, Babylon Turnpike.
Stuff, Malechi, I tell you, man. But keep going.
Hose 1, 732. The House of Pain.
That's right.
The best in Roosevelt.
House of Pain, I know them.
And
so as you probably already know, my company, Brookside, we're first due to Roosevelt. So we're first due engine to Roosevelt.
Because you guys are on Park Ave.
We're right there. So we're first due engine. Some of my best fires were at Roosevelt. Some of my best fires. But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so while we, I'm at 735. I made 735. Ladder Company 1. I made that. It's a really good game to play.
Maybe we should kind of market this game and put it out there, and other people could play it, other buffs. All right, I got some questions for you. All right, so so how old are you now?
I'm about to be 14.
About to be 14. Started at 12, so about 2 years you've been in now, right?
Yeah.
2 years you've been in the juniors. Out of all the equipment that you've seen, what is the coolest piece of equipment that you've seen?
Spreaders.
Explain what that is for our listeners that don't know.
Spreaders is basically a tool that you use for car accidents.
Okay.
Because if the door you can't open the door, it's locked or it's jammed, and you can't get somebody out, you can't get them out. You put in between the door and you just snap it open.
And pop it open, right?
Yeah.
That thing is heavy.
It is. It is.
You held it? That thing ain't no joke. Okay. It's really heavy just to hold, let alone to operate and hold. It becomes a lot. But it's all right. Okay. So we kind of already talked about some stories. Is there any other stories that you want to give me? Because I know, listen, you are a buff, so I know you got some stories for me, Malechi. Like, what other stories of other fires or anything that you've seen that was like almost amazing to you?
So one thing I've never told anybody is my first ever fire.
That's right. In the Firehouse, we get it first here. You heard it first right here. All right, let's go.
My first ever fire, 2022. The juniors were never known. It was basically like I was walking down the street. I just wear my bunker coat, like fake bunker coat. I used to wear. I was walking down the street. I always had my scanner on me.
Okay.
And I see smoke in the distance. I'm like, what? So I turn on my scanner. I hear people talking on the radio. So it's a house on fire. I run back to my grandma's house, and I tell my uncle there's a fire down like a couple of blocks away. Mm-hmm. I'll straight up run over there, and it's right next to the 99-cent store, and I saw a lot of people. I saw Uniondale, Westbury, a lot West Hempstead. I saw a lot of these departments.
And what fire was this? What was it? It was just a house?
Yeah, it was just a private dwelling fire.
Okay.
I was behind the line next to a paramedic, Northwell paramedic, and I was talking to him like, your job is cool, and looking at the fire. like,
Just
inspired me
watching,
into
just
something.
looking at it and seeing, and also seeing, these firefighters run in there to go stop it. Our job is to do what? Protect life and property, baby, and that's what we do. So to sit there and watch that, I'm pretty sure that's inspiring, just to sit there and see how that goes, right? Like, so that was your first fire. That was your first time. Any other ones that stick out in your mind?
I was playing baseball.
Okay.
I have a baseball camp my coach has, and I'm playing ball. I see a Freeport Chief car go pass by. I'm like, go get him. Big smoke in the distance. It looks like acres of smoke in the air, and I see some of these other kids on my team riding the bike to the docks. I'm running to the docks with them. I see all the smoke. It's crazy. The fire was nice. In the distance, hearing the trucks, I didn't get to see them, but I heard the trucks.
You heard them coming. You heard them screaming down the block.
Yeah, it was.
So let me ask you a question though, because being at seeing these fires, seeing that, it doesn't make you a little bit nervous, like knowing, like, seeing this smoke. I mean, you could be at a fire and be across the street and feel the heat. Like, does that make you nervous knowing that this is what I'll be doing in the future?
Yeah.
It does, but it won't hinder you. You want to keep going and do it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Love that, man. That's it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that firefighters aren't scared, because that's not true. We're humans. We're going to be scared to run in a fire, but it doesn't hinder our job. We're going to continue and do what we got to do. But of course I'm scared. Who wouldn't be running into a burning building? That's scary, but it's not going to hinder my job. I'm going to do what I do. So anybody that tells you they're not scared, then they're lying. It's not true. All right. All right. So let's keep going here. I got some more questions for you. So like, I guess I'm trying to figure out how I want to ask it. Like, because we already kind of talked about the most exciting stuff. So let's talk about some traditions. You've now been around the firehouse. You said you joined in the juniors at 12, but you were already kind of hanging out there. So you've seen all of our crazy traditions, right?
Yeah.
What is one tradition that sticks out in your mind?
Possibly.
Or your favorite tradition of whatever house. Because each house has different traditions. So, and you've been a part of Hempstead, you've seen Roosevelt. So what traditions kind of stick out?
So I mostly hang out at Ladder.
Okay.
Hempstead Ladder too.
Okay.
A lot. And, I also train with Roosevelt. But the most I go to for right now is mostly Roosevelt.
Okay.
Because
So what traditions do they have that you've seen that you're like, I love this, or I don't like this?
Yeah.
Like what that they do?
Roosevelt. Only thing I don't like, actually nothing. But one thing but
Shout out to Roosevelt.
What did they make you
Go ahead.
work out?
no, that's Hempstead.
The tradition, he likes going to the installation dinner.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it. So just so y'all know, we have mom, we have grandma, we have all of them offset right now, but they're here. So they did just bring up the installation dinners. That's great. So is that something that's a tradition? Every department has an installation dinner. So is that something that you like going to? And are you always invited? And do you go to both Hempstead and the juniors don't go? I've
been to the installation dinner before I was in the juniors, but I always go to Roosevelt. It's in April. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's
right?
seeing the new officers, old officers, chiefs,
commissioners.
commissioners.
Everybody is there. Right?
Yeah. Put your right hand up.
Put your right hand up. Everybody walks into their own music. The whole 9 yards. You gotta love it. And I've been to Roosevelt installations a couple times. It's a fun time.
Crazy.
It's a fun time. It's usually the after party. It's even better. But you shouldn't be at that. You should be at sleep by that time. All right. So I got another question for you. What is one thing that you wish people knew about?
For over
the
50
fire?
years, Fire News has been the preferred publication for fire, rescue, and EMS heroes. Fire News print edition reaches Long Island, 17 states, and the District of Columbia. Visit firenews.com to see the latest news, read their digital prints, or follow them on Facebook and Instagram pages. In print, online, on social media, Fire News has you covered. Visit firenews.com. And if you go ahead and go visit on Instagram, please leave a comment and tell them that WRHU 88.7 The Firehouse sent you.
So this is one thing people say at my school,
Okay.
that they said firefighters literally, like, physically fight fires.
Okay.
But really isn't true, because you would be burning your own hand.
Very true.
You would really be burning your own hand. So, it's
the tools
It's-
that we
yeah.
use to fight it. We don't physically be in there like this. It's the tools, basically. So maybe that's something that you can kind of tell your classmates and stuff like that. They think we're physically doing it, but no. I mean, we're physically in there working, but it's the tools, it's the hose, it's this, it's our pike poles, it's all those things that we're going to be using.
Yeah.
All right, I love it. All right, so you've watched the show, so you know about the game, The Flashover. Okay. Have you watched it? Have you ever seen me play the game Flashover?
Nah, but
That is great.
I played Emerge.
What's that?
Emerge and Want to See. It's a game on Steam. It's basically NYC or Montgomery County. You got a
Okay.
training facility. You got Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Montgomery County. That's all you got.
Okay.
So, you have like basic companies, but you don't always have all the companies.
Okay.
So
And this is a simulation on
it's a
Steam.
it's a
Okay.
simulation.
Yep.
But you could play multiplayer with your friends,
Okay.
anyone. It's a fun game, cool game.
Are any of your friends as interested in the fire, the fire services as you are?
Yeah,
Yeah. You got a couple friends that are buffs like you?
Yeah, I got some friends on Discord too.
Oh, okay. That love this. That love
Yeah.
this. All right. I noticed your patch there. I noticed your sweater that you're wearing there. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the ultimate where you want to go? FDNY?
I
That's where
wanna,
you wanna go.
I wanna be a volunteer. Then FDNY. So 3 days in FDNY, and those other days I'm off FDNY. I go to volunteer, so I'm back to back for fire departments.
There we go. That's the plan. That is the plan for the future. I know it. And then we'll keep going. You'll be chief. You'll do all of that, and you're gonna go all the way out, right? You're not gonna stop. Promise, you're not gonna stop, right? You're gonna keep going. I love that. I love that. All right. So, like I said, let's get into the game, The Flashover. All right. So basically, how we play this game is I'll give you two things. I'll say Android. I'll say Apple. You got to give me which one you want. Okay. But just like a flashover, really fast, you got to answer this question. Okay. All right. Now I'll say some movies. I don't know if you've seen them. I mean, have you seen a lot of firefighter movies? Almost all of them. TV shows.
I only seen a
Maybe.
few. Probably seen.
Is he allowed to watch like Chicago Fire and all the stuff like that? Okay. All right. So let's talk about those. All right. And then we'll go into some more other questions. You got it? All right. So Malachi, are you ready for the flashover?
Yeah.
You're ready. Okay. Here we go. Chicago Fire, Rescue Me.
Chicago Fire.
Rescue Me, Third Watch.
Third watch.
Backdraft, Ladder 49.
Backdraft.
Backdraft. There we go. I love that. I love that. Even though Ladder 49 was a good question. A good movie. Good movie. All right. So would you rather go to a training or go to a parade?
Training.
Firehouse pancakes or Firehouse chili?
Firehouse chili.
Firehouse chili? Okay. Firehouse dog or Firehouse cat? Which one? If you have the choice, you're the chief, and they say we can get an animal in here. Firehouse dog, Firehouse cat.
Firehouse dog.
Firehouse dog. I mean, I'm going to ask this question, but I think I already know the answer. Riding on a fire engine or a truck or a police car?
Fire engine.
Fire engine. I figured that was going to be it. All right. If you had a choice right now, if I was to give you one or the other, a Firehouse patch or a Firehouse badge, which one would you want?
Badge.
You want the badge. I hear that. All right. So, and this is a good question because you told me you're into video gaming, right? So Firehouse video games or Firehouse movies? Which one?
Movies.
Movies? You'd rather watch the movies instead of play the games. Okay. All right. So would you rather watch a Firehouse movie, some of them that we talked about, or read a firefighting book?
Possibly a book.
Probably the book, right? All right, because when you get into FSA, Fire Service Academy, it's a lot of reading. It's a lot of stuff that you got to read to know. All right? All right, so last question that I got for you, and we're going to have to talk about why you picked it. Are you ready? Engine or truck? Engine or truck? Talk to me.
Sorry, but I gotta go engine.
We're going engine? I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be truck. So we're going engine?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm an engine guy. So let's go engine in there, right? Put the wet stuff on the red stuff. That's what we do. But why engine? Why engine over a truck? Because you've told me a lot of that you kind of hang out at Ladder.
But so Ladder too. Ladder's a good company, but some things like, you know, being like brave and stuff. But, you know, some of these, like, populations of, like, people, or, like, this percentage of people going on the aerial or falling is getting higher. So, so I just don't want that to happen to me.
Okay.
So I feel like I would be more safer on the nozzle than be on the aerial.
Okay. So that's more of the reasons why you want to kind of stick with engine and do that. Now, you got to think about it, though, because truck, they go in. A lot of truckies will say that we go in engine men with an umbilical cord, right? Because we got something that we're tethered to, but they really don't have that. So training, though, wise, and I know you've trained probably on both. You train with engine, you train with truck. Which one do you like better when it comes to the training aspect?
I would like to do engine because
you still like engine?
Yeah, okay. Engine because they let me do hands-on.
Okay, so you get to have you ever opened up a 2.5? Only inch and 3/4? What have you opened up? What size?
Inch and 3.
You never tried a 2.5. Next Sunday that you're down there. Oh, what days are you usually down there? Every day.
Yeah. Normally I'm at Roosevelt or probably like Tuesdays.
When do they train?
For engine, hose one, Tuesdays, trucks, Wednesdays. We up there Sundays just for check up on the rig.
Okay, so this is Sunday. So on Tuesday, ask them to let you open up a 2.5. It ain't no joke. Let me let you know. It is no joke. It is no joke. All right. So is there anything I'm forgetting? I still got some more questions, but is there any more stories or anything that you want to tell me right now?
Well, let's see if I got one. I was, so there was this day after a meeting, Hempstead juniors, we were like doing rig checks with Truck Company 1.
Okay.
And I was talking to one of the guys, and I was like, I'll do rig checks with you on Thursday.
Okay.
So the next Thursday, I'll come. Everyone's out. I'm like, what's going on? They probably went around the block or probably went in the back. So I look ahead, smoke in the air.
Okay.
I'm like, Grandma, go to it. Go. So we're going to it. A lot of smoke, working house fire. At least Ladder 2 was on the job.
Okay.
I get there, see at South Hempstead, because Hempstead juniors were not allowed to be near the scene or around the scene unless you live in that area.
Okay.
So we get there, we just watch South Hempstead. We look at this other places, the other towns. So we go around it, see where it is. We see it, and I see Rockville Center rig. It looks beautiful, but still, I looked at it. It looked good.
Okay.
As we are leaving, see Baldwin coming. I pull out my phone. I just start screaming, "Go get him!"
I love it. All right, so you ready for that? All right, so last question that I got for you here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in a whole, right? Like thinking about the 2 years that you've been in, thinking about, just being around the firehouse and anything. If there's somebody right now that's listening, that's your age, and they're thinking about joining, or someone that's in the juniors right now, and I don't know if I want to stay, what type of advice would you give them to either come down or to stay in? What type of advice would you want to give them?
I would say, it's better to be active than not active. and we will support you. We can't force you to come in or
stay.
yeah. So we just say, you can make more friends here, or you just go out and just, I don't know what they will do. Your other friends will do to you, just leave you behind. Because
here we're not doing that.
Yeah, because in the fire department we're a whole. So I'll just say, it's better to stay than just go by yourself.
Because you get lifelong friends in the fire department. That's what you have. I have some of my best friends I met them in the fire department and still are my best friends and will be forever. So I love to hear that. My boy Malechi, man. I can't wait to just hear your story as you go on. Hopefully this show will still be going, bring you back when you're actually in one of the departments and just follow your story. I mean, I know it's going to be amazing. I already know that. I already know that it's going to be amazing. All right. So am I forgetting anything?
One thing.
Talk to me. What am I forgetting? Let's go.
For the probies, I want to let y'all know that you can mess up during a training, but you cannot mess up during a call.
That's right.
just don't let that
That's
happen.
why we train, right? So we don't make the mistakes on the fire floor, right? Yeah. That's why we train. Mistakes do happen, but we train so hard so that those mistakes don't happen. So tell those probies they need to get to training. Look at them right there and tell them, probies, get to training.
Get to training.
Get to training. All right. I love that, man. Thank you again for coming down. All right. It was wonderful. I can't wait for the listeners to hear this. It's gonna be a great show. All right. Again, I'm not forgetting anything, right? Anything else you want to shout out? Any people you want to shout out?
Chief Dawkins.
Talk to him.
Chief Carney.
Uh-huh.
I want to give a shout out to Lieutenant Narcisse, Captain Black.
There we go.
I want to give a shout out to Appeside and Milky. Shout out to the whole company ladder too.
Okay.
And Chief Charlie Hendry.
There we go. He was on the show. On this show. He did the most ratings of this show, Chief Charlie Hendry. It was crazy.
he does the trainings for the Explorers.
Yes, he does that. And he's FSA. This dude is an amazing, amazing firefighter. All right. Well, thank you so much again for coming down. We just heard from my boy Malechi from the Hempstead Junior Department and kind of Roosevelt Explorers, right? So both, right? We just heard from him about his life as a firefighter, a junior firefighter. I hope you all enjoyed that conversation. Please like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. I am your host, Chris Moses, and please tune in next week to another great conversation in the Firehouse.